Xavi Simons.
Xavi turns, fires, scores! Xavi scores!
Joao Pedro.
Out to the left-hand side, it's Joao Pedro. He's in again for Chelsea. Joao Pedro! He's done it again! Joao Pedro!
Cole Palmer.
Try and shake off Mikalenko, played it into Palmer. Oh, a lovely nutmeg on Branthwaite from Palmer. Little flick as well for Jackson. Palmer's got it back! Oh my goodness me! Cole Palmer, what have you done now?
And Estevão Willian.
Richard Reus, o cruzamento, atenção, Estevão, vai fugir, já fugiu, rematou, grande gol! Que grande gol do miúdo! Marca Estevão, empata o jogo! A
new era has begun at Stamford Bridge. Enzo Maresca surprised everyone by winning the Club World Cup and Conference League in his first season, because he did it with Robert Sanchez in goal and Nicholas Jackson in attack, one of the worst goalkeepers in the league and forwards that were constantly underperforming their XG. He took the average Chelsea team Poch left him and transformed them into the best side in the world. And now it's time for Maresca to get his own players, because with City being shaky, Arsenal being Arsenal, Chelsea's competitors going into next season are likely to only be Liverpool. And considering Chelsea beat Liverpool at home,
And Chelsea have beaten the champions! The perfect end to a brilliant result.
and outplayed them away at Anfield.
I expected them to be a threat this season because they were at Anfield. They were better than us. They were so close to us, so it was a complete surprise to me.
It isn't crazy to say Chelsea might stand a decent chance at winning the Premier League next season. And now that everyone's seen Chelsea's full potential in the final of the Club World Cup, the top elite players are being signed.
Chelsea are back. Chelsea are back. Oh my goodness.
They've battered PSG. Not one, not two, three. Annihilation!
They scored 3, could have scored a couple of more in the second half, and they just battered this PSG team. Perfect performance, but when you see what he's just done today, excellent, man. And you can look at building a team around now.
And now, Chelsea are looking scarier than ever. Chelsea are doing something no team has ever done or even thought was possible.
I just haven't really seen it before, where you build this really young team and it becomes a dominant team.
Which is assemble the best under-23 talents in the world and watch them grow and develop into superstars. Rival fans criticised the idea and called it stupid.
Chelsea have just got to stop buying players, and players have got to stop signing for Chelsea. I don't know why, if I was a player, I would look at that Chelsea project. Why would you sign? The only reason why you would sign is your agent might say, you're getting a 7-year deal on big money, that's guaranteed money for 7 years.
Pundits laughed and called the Chelsea owners a joke.
The ownership is a big issue at Chelsea. He spent an awful lot of money to take the football club backward.
And that's because when results aren't going your way, the media is your biggest hater.
They are just coming up with ideas that no one would go near. I mean, giving 10-year contracts to players. They've got a transfer ban potentially coming down the line as well.
But once results come in, they flip and act as if they weren't laughing at you for the last 2 years.
You've got a football club in Chelsea that Sir Jim Ratcliffe tried to buy. And what happened? I'll tell you what happened is he didn't buy it. Todd Bowley did. And look at what happened with that. They've spent loads and loads of money. They've ended up in a situation where they're going to win. Where they've won the Club World Cup. They're into the Champions League. Spending money has certainly worked really, really well.
But regardless of the doubters, Chelsea stuck to their project and are now arguably building the best attack in the league. Not only for this season, but for the next 8 years. The talent in this attack is absolutely stacked. Other than the obvious Cole Palmer and Joao Pedro, they've got Estevão Willian still joining them this summer, who last season had 13 goals and provided 9 assists and 31 league appearances, totaling 22 goal contributions, making him the youngest player in Brazilian top flight history to reach that feat. If you don't understand how crazy that is, Neymar at Estevão's age only managed to get 16 goal contributions. And furthermore, Estevão proved he in fact is Premier League ready by dropping a masterclass against Chelsea in the quarter-finals of the Club World Cup and scoring a banger against them. On top of Estevão, who wreaks havoc on the right, Chelsea purchased Jamie Bino Gittins, a young, talented, explosive winger on the left, who on his day could strike a ball like never seen before. And unlike Jadon Sancho, Sancho, he can actually beat his man and shoot, something Chelsea have been lacking for years. He's also very comfortable hugging the touchline, something Maresca values from his wingers, as they don't need an overlapping fullback. And even if Gittins doesn't hit the ground running, it doesn't even matter, as Chelsea's latest blockbuster signing, Xavi Simons, will be there to compete with him. Xavi Simons brings something completely different to other Chelsea attackers: elite ball carrying, incredible ball striking from long and short distances, creativity and flair. And we haven't even talked about his best quality yet, his versatility. He can play as an 8, he can play on the left wing, 10, or even as a false 9, all to an incredibly high standard.
The likes of Xavi Simons, who is like Dutch wonder kid from La Masia, who could never really find a home. He was at PSG, he was at PSV, he was now at Leipzig, but he's got a banger on him as well. I remember when he scored against England, that's the one goal that I was just like, oh crap, what's going on right now? And he's talented, man, and he's been talented. And I think actually having someone that can deputise or play in Cole Palmer's position, if touch wood he doesn't, but if he was to get injured, is critical.
And he is still young and developing, but unlike other youngsters, Simons has played quite a lot for his age, playing just below 10,000 minutes, which is really good for a 22-year-old. Add Delap or Joao Pedro as your striker option, and suddenly England doesn't have to get ready. The whole world has to get ready.
But Chelsea, the fact that Chelsea have many options up front now. It's not just Joao Pedro, Liam Delap, but they've got 3 striker options there, and a lot of attacking players as well.
All of that, and we haven't even spoken about the midfield, Chelsea's best position by far.
So I wanted to talk about the midfield, and midfields are so important for defence. And with everyone's fit, Chelsea aren't going to buy a midfielder, and I tell you why.
Caicedo, Enzo, Andre Santos, and Romeo Lavia. The midfield depth is crazy. No joke, these players start for most teams in Europe, and it wouldn't even be a competition. A midfield that realistically is the best in the whole league. Because if it wasn't for Chelsea's midfield and what Caicedo and Enzo did for it, Chelsea wouldn't even be a fraction as good as they are right now, as they constantly run, defend, press and progress play. They've made the job for all of Chelsea's defenders 10 times easier. A defence that was already the 3rd best in the league. A defence that already had the most clean sheets at home in Europe's top 5 leagues in 2025. And on top of that, Chelsea are still adding Jorel Hato, one of the most promising upcoming defenders in the world.
Absolutely beautiful. You see, the way things are moving now, Chelsea are doing things properly. We're upping the levels now. We're starting to do things seriously. We're starting to do things properly. With Hato now looking like he's going to be heading to Chelsea, this is going to be perfect. It's like I've already mentioned on here, with Cucurella as the main left back at 27 years old, Hato as the second backup left back to him at 19 years old. This will be perfect, and he's at a very good level in terms of Ajax, Young Player of the Year in the Dutch League. He's played Champions League extensively. He's played at the top flight level, at least in Holland. For his age and what he has done, it's very, very good.
So believe me when I say this Chelsea team is terrifying. They're transitioning from a team that had little to no weaknesses to a team that has no weaknesses at all.
Despite the shortcomings of Robert Sanchez, Chelsea still had the 3rd best defence in the Premier League. You can win the Premier League with the 3rd best defence if you score a lot of goals. I think we will score more goals next season, and I think we could even get an even better defence.
That's how good their recruitment has been this summer. And for the smaller clubs that dreamed of breaking into the top 4 next season, like Manchester United and Tottenham, I'm sorry, but there's just no room for you, as the top clubs like Chelsea have progressed and learned from their mistakes, while simply your clubs haven't.